not mean to do that. What's up, Daniel? My name is Guys, and you're watching Daniel Sells Online. Now today I have a real treat for all of you, and that is information about what is contributing to all of these headaches with Marketplace and Facebook shops. I came across a very interesting article on the internet because I just been wanting to learn a lot more about what is happening within Facebook that could be contributing to all these issues, all these problems. There has to be a reason why, and I decided to go down the internet rabbit hole and find some information that I really want to share with you guys, and hopefully you'll find this to be very informative, helpful, and at the same time it's going to help you to understand why are some of the things that are happening on Facebook and why it is impacting all of us in a negative way. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm trying to play here with the autofocus. I think I finally got my phone. So basically, this is the article where I found information I want to share with you. How scammers have now sort of, taken over the platform and all of the headaches that it has caused, not only for legitimate sellers, but also for Facebook. And this is basically what I want to talk to you guys, what I want to talk to you guys about on this video. The scams and issues that Facebook Marketplace has been plagued ever since it launched. It does touch on a lot of nuggets of information that really impacts us as resellers and drop shippers on the platform. So I really wanted to highlight some of these things. It's about 4 or 5 different key points that I think are really valuable for you guys to know and understand. I will link this article in the description if you want to read through it on your own time. But let's go ahead and dive into those key points. The first one I want to talk about is their actual support team on the Facebook side. So we no longer have to guess about this. So basically what Facebook is doing is that they have about 400 workers who are employed, and all of these are contractors. So they're not actually official Facebook employees. And basically the responsibilities are to respond to user complaints. So whenever we have a complaint with our shop or with our market store, the complaints goes to these individuals. And to also review listings that have been flagged by Facebook software. So practically the algorithm. You may ask yourself, how does this article apply to what we do, right? So basically what it's doing is explaining to us some of the reasons why we are all getting screwed by Facebook, and it gives you more insights into what is happening on the Facebook side of things, and that way we can understand as to give it some rhyme or reason, and that this is not just random but actually is something that's much bigger that unfortunately is impacting all of us. Aside from this team of 400 individuals who are working behind the scenes to support Facebook Marketplace, in addition to that, Facebook heavily relies on automated software to scan and look for suspicious activity all over Facebook Marketplace. And this is where things get a little bit funny because I'm reading here the article. So basically, workers who were interviewed for this article are saying that the same systems that Facebook is trying to put in place to block out scammers or to block out suspicious activity don't work right, and what ends up happening is that these same checks and balances end up restricting legitimate accounts and legitimate sellers, which is exactly what's been happening to all of us at some point during the last few months that we have been selling on Facebook Marketplace. So continuing on, it goes on to say that part of the problem has been that basically Facebook rolled out this whole marketplace and shops idea so quickly that it hasn't had time to catch up. So basically it goes on to say, and I want to read this here, that they pushed out this service to like over 3 billion people, and Facebook, in order to stay very lean, it has heavily relied on a lot of their automated services and automated systems. In addition to that, they're subcontracting some of their employees, which they're not very knowledgeable, which doesn't really help us as sellers or as buyers on Facebook Marketplace. and there's a very small number of actual full-time Facebook employees who are even enforcing any of the rules. So this is a combination of things, and basically at any moment in time, things were going to blow up, and that's exactly what's been happening over the past few months. Another huge problem the article outlines is the amount of hacked and faked accounts that are on Marketplace. And actually, it claims that it's one of the biggest problems that is currently plaguing Facebook. And as many of you would recognize, excuse me, that lately a lot of people have been asked to submit verification of identity, to submit driver's license or any form of ID to confirm that you are in fact the individual who is running that Facebook account. So this is something that is very relevant to all of us because many of you have experienced this, and now the article is pointing it out that this is a problem that is really plaguing Facebook, and now is when they're taking action to correct this and get all these accounts verified. Okay guys, so I saved the best for last. I really think you're gonna get a kick out of this one, even though it's not a good one, because a lot of us have been really frustrated by this. But going back to the point I was making about Facebook's checks and balances, their systems are mainly run by machines. It's all automated. It's been causing a lot more problems than it really has been fixing lately. So basically, it goes on to say here that Facebook's AI, is a system that is in charge of keeping everything safe on Facebook, has been primarily to blame for a lot of legitimate sellers and business owners to have their accounts either locked or blocked completely, which is something all of us have been dealing with now for months. So it goes on to say that around 700,000 accounts were auto banned by Facebook, okay? Which basically all of them, were appealed because you're a legitimate seller. You're not doing anything wrong, but the AI, because Facebook rolled this out so quickly, is just so sensitive to anything that it sees. It thinks it might be a scam, a fake account, it's just very sensitive. So it was blocking a lot of these accounts, and that's 700,000. That's quite a number. So tell me, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts, opinions? Do you care? Do you don't care? Do you think this information was actually helpful in the event that you have been guessing to kind of wrap your head around what's been happening over the last few months? Let me know in the comment section down below whether you liked it or you hated it. I don't care. Just comment whatever you want to comment. It really helps my channel when it shows that there's a lot more engagement. If you thought this information was very helpful, then consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I do invite you to subscribe. I make videos every single week. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. If you're new to the channel, check out this playlist right here. I have a bunch of videos talking about Facebook shops. So I'll see you guys inside.